Are you spiritually prepared to fight what's fighting you? Today, I want to give you 5 signs that you're elevating in the spirit. You know, there's a time when God calls us to a much deeper place in Him. And it's because it's a time when it's ripe for you to be plucked. See, God is going to use you in a big way. You don't know it yet, but He's getting you prepared to walk in the thing that He prepared for you to do in your book of life. God has a book on all of us. And there are things that He wrote in that book about you that are going to be mind-blowing, and they are going to be great in the Lord. You're going to do a mighty thing for God. It doesn't mean that you're going to be called to preach. It doesn't mean that you may be called to the office of a prophet. It doesn't mean that you may be on the streets and have to evangelize. That means what it means for you. We're all created different. We all have different talents, gifts, anointings. God has equipped you to do a work for Him. So today we're going to talk about 5 signs that you're elevating, 5 signs that you're spiritually prepared, especially in the end times. But before I go there, the Holy Spirit wants to reveal a secret to you right now that will change your life. Once you hear this, you're going to catch a hold of the spirit of faith behind it, and something is going to be imparted to you by the Holy Spirit. So your level of consecration has to match the type or the kind of demon that's fighting against you. Your level of consecration has to match the kind of demon that has been fighting against you. See, some of you are wondering why you can't overcome a certain demon that's been fighting you or something that's been coming against you. God is calling you deeper. He's calling you to a deeper level of prayer, a deeper level of spending time with Him. I don't know what that looks like. You're going to have to go to the one that's calling you to find that out. But it's different for us at different times. But when you partner with the Holy Spirit, He'll be glad to show you. Ask Him to show you the actions to overcome the challenge that you're in. He may lead you to fast in a certain way. He may nudge you to buy a gift for someone who has been picking on you. And I'm going to get to that. I'm going to tell you a really quick story about that. Everyone is different, so He deals with us in different ways. He deals with us because everyone's situation is different. So He's going to tell you to do the thing that's going to help you. He'll have a different way to handle different things because He's God. He's wiser than the wisest. He's higher than the highest, and He has a plan for you. So I'm going to tell you a really quick story about how God can tell you to do something unexpectedly to have a really big breakthrough. And it could be something very simple. It could be something that you don't even want to do, but He's powerful. He knows just what to do to break through in the spirit. The Holy Spirit is our comforter. He's our helper. So He's been placed inside of us to help us, but we have to learn how to tap in. We have to learn how to go deeper and look to Him for every single thing so that He can begin to train us on how to walk in victory in the things that have been fighting us. So there was a season in my life when I was on this job, and I had a supervisor who obviously disliked me. This supervisor would do things to disrespect me and to, just obviously drive me off or make me feel bad for whatever reasons. I don't know what this person was going through. I don't know what the devil told them, but they were on an assignment to make me miserable. Well, this went on for quite some time. And, I began to seek the Lord about, did I need to leave? Did I need to change something? I just needed a strategy and instruction, some insight, right? Well, one day God told me something that I didn't want to hear. He was like, you need to go to this store, and He led me to pick out a certain book to bless the supervisor with. I did not want to do that. That was the last thing I wanted to do. But again, sometimes God will have you to do something unexpected or something very simple that can change the course of an event. But we have to be so sensitive and catch this, humble enough to receive what he's telling us to do. Because a lot of times our flesh will get in the way and we'll say, I'm not going to do that, or that's not God. But what if it's God? What if it's the very thing that he's calling you to do to get a breakthrough in your heart, in your mind, so you can go to the next level, right? Well, anyway, I cringed almost all the way to the bookstore, and I picked the book out. I didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't want to do it. So all I knew to do was to just go forward with what God told me to do. So I bought the book. I took it to the supervisor. I was like, hey, I came across this. I thought this would help you. I felt like the supervisor knew I was a believer, a Christian. And so I was just honest. I said, I feel like God led me to get this for you. I hope it blesses you. They took it. They received it. They thanked me for it. But what happened was something that I had been praying for years, y'all, happened within 24 hours. It didn't even have anything to do with the job or the person, but it was like one of the biggest breakthroughs of that I had in that season. And God did that because of simple obedience. I know it was. And it was an encounter that I'll never forget, because what it taught me was that sometimes the Holy Spirit he'll tell us to do something that we may not want to do, but it will open the door for him to do something that we're believing him to do. But anyway, the Lord wanted me to share that story with you. I hope it blessed you. To hear the rest of this message, please watch part 2. Thank you so much for listening. Stay blessed.